Good morning, friends. Carrie Boatner here, and I'm excited to be talking to you about Chapter 17 in Chop Wood, Carry Water, part of our Lean Life project. And the title of my chapter is Bamboo. And one thing I want to encourage you about, you guys, as you're reading this and actually just reading anything, as you read things, really meditate on them and think about some of the deeper meanings besides just what it's saying, and how things play. And this is what I mean by that. In chapter 17, Akira is talking to John and telling him about how bamboo grows, because that's the title of the chapter. But what I find incredibly interesting is that the very first part of this chapter focuses on forgiveness. And it talks about that, not forgiving someone is almost like you taking a deadly poison in your own body and expecting it to kill the other person. Doesn't make any sense at all. So when we forgive, we actually are protecting ourselves. It's not for the other person, it's for us. And here's why I find that important and how that ties into the growth of the bamboo tree. So we've got the forgiveness here, the bamboo tree. Here's what Akira tells John. He tells John that, when you plant those seeds of a bamboo tree, 3 months later, you don't see any growth. A year later, 2 years later, 3 years later, still you don't see any growth. But yet you continue to water. You continue to take care of that soil to make sure that it's protected. Maybe you get some weeds out. Maybe there's some weeds that need to be pulled out, that don't need to be there, that don't have your permission to be there. But what happens after 5 years? In that process, at 5 years, what we see is that the bamboo tree will grow up to 90 feet tall in only 6 weeks. The reason why that was possible was because underneath the ground, the things that we cannot see happening are spreading out, building deep roots, building a strong foundation. And this is where I believe that forgiveness comes in. I believe that if there's unforgiveness in that soil of your life, if you have unforgiveness, that's like poison in your soil, right? So we must first walk in forgiveness towards other people before we can hope to see that strong foundation being prepared so that we can then see abundant life come out of it. And here's what I know. You know what? There are things that are happening in silence, in the darkness that we can't see. All of those roots spreading out, but doesn't mean that there's nothing happening. What do we do in the process? We continue to water, knowing that we just can't quit. As I was thinking about this morning, the other thing that kind of came to me was, for those of you that are listening to this Lean Life project, you're either in Advocare because you wanted incredible results on products, or you wanted to build a business. You wanted to help other people change their lives by growing a business. But would you be here today listening to this video if the person who shared Advocare with you had quit 3 feet from gold, or they quit right before they saw the harvest? Thankfully, my person didn't quit. Thankfully, your person didn't quit. And so now's the opportunity for you to be the person that does not quit. So, recapping, walk in forgiveness. Make sure your soil is rich, right? Pluck out the weeds. There's going to come some weeds. They don't have your permission to be there. Get rid of them. Get rid of the weeds. And then lastly, just continue to be consistent. Water the soil. Pray over it like I do. And then you will then see your harvest, whether that is in your business or it is in your health goals. But do not quit. Be the change you want to see in your life. So thank you so much for tuning in today. That was chapter 17. All about bamboo. Y'all have an awesome day. Thank you.